It's cool to be nerdy now?
Like in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you a nerd in high school?
Yeah.
I was too. I was such a dork. Tony Rose here at Wild Eggs, sitting down with one of my favorite guys in town. I've known this guy for over a decade, and when we started doing this six-part series at Wild Eggs, I was like, I gotta get this guy, I gotta get some alone time with him because we have so much 80s pop culture stuff to talk about, but I'm also extremely nervous because he's also one of the most talented producers, directors, writers. He's done so much stuff with Sublime Media, the one and only John Doss. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Good to see you.
I'm doing well. How are you?
The roles are reversed.
They are.
How many times have you interviewed me?
Twice at least.
Twice last week.
Hey. I'm Melanie. I'll be your server.
Hello.
Coffee of the day today is white chocolate macadamia nut, and we also have freshly squeezed orange juice and freshly squeezed lemonade. Would you like a drink?
Just normal coffee.
You take cream on the side?
Yes, please.
How about you?
Coffee as black as this man's soul.
Okay, I got you.
Is my soul black?
I don't think so, anyway. How did we meet? How did we meet?
Oh.
It's been a long time, but how did we
First time?
cross paths for the first time?
I would have to say I'd have to do something with Stuff the Bus, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
The first meeting.
Through our former career paths, you know, we both had TV projects.
Sure, I worked at WBKO for 10 years.
Okay, you can say that. I didn't know if that was like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
sure.
okay. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to get you in trouble. I didn't know if there was like some confidentiality thing.
I don't know where you worked at the time.
I don't remember actually. I tried to block all that out.
But yeah, we worked on some stuff together.
What was it about like Stuff the Bus that attracted you to the project? Because you really did fall in love with it.
Oh man, you know, at first it was just the creativity of the promos that you gave us free reign, you know, to kind of run with it.
Obviously, by this setup, I don't know what I'm doing.
So that was the first attraction, and then of course, you know, over time, seeing the actual impact. It's a good cause. It's awesome.
You
So
guys,
we love being involved with that.
For the folks now, Sublime Media is you guys now. Oh, that's your shot of cream, by the way. You have to do a shot. It's
guys,
like a rite
the
of
grits of the
passage.
day today are broccoli and cheddar jack.
Broccoli and cheddar jack.
You know, I've only had grits one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Twice today?
Twice today.
You ever had the grits here?
I haven't, no.
They're good.
They're fantastic. They are amazing. I didn't ever like grits until I had grits here.
Really?
And now the grits, I'm a grits guy. So.
Nice.
All right. Have you had wild eggs before, right?
I have.
Okay.
Several times.
What do you recommend today?
I recommend, my favorite's the Farmer's Market skillet.
Right.
And it's vegetarian, so you can add some bacon in there if you like the meat.
Right on.
It's my favorite. And the Calamity Katie's is always really, really good. It's a house favorite.
I'm also a fan of the Yellow Submarine, and I think I will do that today. No onions.
No onions. Fries, chips, or skillets on the side.
Chips. No. What can I do? The grits though?
You can do the grits.
Okay, I want the grits. The grits.
Broccoli and
Yeah.
cheddar?
I want the grits. Yeah.
Absolutely.
John Doss.
I'm gonna build my own omelet.
Right.
That's cool.
You can do that here. It's legal in the state of Wild Eggs.
With bacon and chorizo, feta, and spinach.
All right.
Because I'm crazy.
Because you're Popeye, man.
Skillet potatoes, the grits of the day.
Skillet potatoes.
Everything muffin, blueberry.
Everything muffin's great.
All right. Thank you guys. I'll get this order put in.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. You said, oh, look out. Express it yourself. You said crazy right there with some passion, man.
Crazy.
You said, I'm crazy. I'm crazy.
Because it's true.
How did you get into what you do? You have talent. You have awards. I'll put you over. You guys have you've got an Emmy, right?
I do. We won an Emmy in 2012.
Yeah.
That was crazy. The way I got into this, music.
Right. Okay.
I loved music growing up since I was a little kid. My first tape was Genesis Invisible Touch.
Really? Phil Collins, everybody.
Yeah, I'm big Phil Collins fan.
That takes out a question later. What was it? Was it a cassette or was it a cassette single?
Cassette tape.
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
And when I was 14, I started playing guitar.
Right.
Played in a few bands. I really didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, even when I was graduating high school, and I loved music, and I went to school for recording, for recording music, so audio production at MTSU. Don't hate me, Western.
No, he's
fans.
already on it now. Look out. Just name drop Blue Raider Nation. Yeah.
And then while I was there, I had a couple of video classes as part of a minor.
Right.
And I kind of started hating audio.
Yeah.
And loving video.
Right.
So.
What's do you have like a favorite project? Well, you talk about you won an Emmy. Like is that your all-time favorite thing you ever worked on, or what's like
all-time favorite thing?
Besides Stuff the Bus.
Besides
Zombie Stuff the Bus.
You just saved me right there, didn't you? There's a lot of great projects, man.
Yeah.
I really had fun, I'll tell you, on the Trent Betting music video recently.
I was going to say, that's something now, and that'll kind of segue into the next chapter of your life, Sublime Media now, and you and your partner, Austin Albany, and David Jose, and a bunch of great people that I have a lot of respect for and I've known for a long time. I'm so proud to see where you guys are taking this to the next level. Game-changing stuff. But did you ever think you'd be shooting puppets?
No, never.
Working with puppets, besides
Never.
me, any other puppets?
As a kid, I had a lot of friends into puppets, actually. I mean, I hung around weird people, but
you're hanging around with them all the time. It's all good.
But I was never into the Muppets or anything like that growing up. So working with it now, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But it's definitely nothing I ever dreamed of doing.
It seems it's becoming a theme with this series that we are talking to people who have taken a giant leap of faith in their careers, which could affect their personal lives and everything else. We talked to Landon a few weeks ago, going out to weatherornotbg.com. Last week, we had Mellow Matt, major leap into opening his own business. How hard, or what was the process like, or what was the sleepless nights like when you guys decided to go out and create this company, Sublime Media? What was that process like?
Sure. Can I go back a bit?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So, when we first started doing this, it actually started with a commercial contest. Austin and I, started entering these national commercial contests, and we started making really good quality commercials, like things we never thought we'd be capable of, because it was free reign. We could do whatever we wanted. So we weren't tied to any client's specifications or anything. They just wanted you to make a spot. So we made this spot for Chevy.
Right.
And it didn't place. It was a pretty good spot, I thought, but it didn't place. And when you submit it, if it doesn't place, the rights revert back to you after 6 weeks. So we ended up selling that spot, retagging the end of it, because it was about anxiety.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Right.
I know that sounds weird in a car commercial, but so Western's counseling department ended up buying the spot.
Wow.
And putting it on their social media and stuff, and that's where our Emmy came from. Started out as a commercial contest entry for Chevy. Western bought it.
And
Emmy.
Emmy.
If Western hadn't bought it, no Emmy. I mean, that's.
Where do you keep an Emmy at in your house? Where does that sit
it
at?
sits in my office at work.
There's your motivation, right? There's your reminder
Right.
of why you do it.
Yeah.
But it's hard, though, to take. Was it hard, or was it a no-brainer to take that leap of faith to go, you know what? We're going to have our own business now. We're
Sure.
going to do this all on our own, and we're going to step out into the great unknown and do this thing.
It was hard, especially when we left BKO. But
you guys were there a long time. How long did you guys work
I was there
at
10 years.
10 years.
Austin was there 13.
Yeah.
So.
Austin Albany, his partner in this
Yeah.
deal in Sublime Media, great guy.
So, when getting back to that first thing, like when we started, it was just extra money in my pocket. Like I didn't see a huge business forming out of it. I thought, hey, I've got side money to take a vacation on or whatever. So, fast forward 5 years of doing that nights and weekends, the work got overwhelming.
Right.
So I like to say from what year is this?
Yeah, I don't even know anymore.
In 2016, from October to 4 o'clock on Christmas Eve, I worked. I went to work at BKO. I came home, worked till I went to bed, and worked through the weekends. So I've never been an anxious guy, but at the end of that 3 months, I was about to pull all my hair out because I didn't watch TV. I didn't watch movies. I didn't even get to hang out with my kid that much. You know, it was work. So that's when I really started thinking, okay, maybe it's time to jump. And it took me another 3 months to work up the nerve because, I thought about it long and hard all the time.
Takes a long time. All right, coming up, we're going to have some breakfast here at Wild Eggs, some lunch here at Wild Eggs with Jon Doss, Sublime Media. Check him out. And I want to find out what 1980s horror movie star he is infatuated with, along with Dad Life Now, another chapter that we've all taken together now. And much more. We'll find out what the future holds as well. One of my favorite people in Bowling Green, having lunch today with Jon Doss.
Hi, Jenny here from your local Big Deal store. Have you checked this place out yet? We've got gift certificates from dozens of local businesses, all sale priced. I'm talking restaurants, entertainment, car care, and items for your home. And you can shop 24 hours a day from the convenience of your home or from your smartphone. Big Deals. We're kind of a big deal.
Hey y'all, Lil Trim, about to bust out with some sick rhymes. Oh yeah, here we go. Don't forget your headboards, pillows, and your sheets. We got everything you need for a good night's sleep. Number one on the same check, best of Bowling Green.
Alright.
Hey!
Twins, full, queen and king, mattresses for anything. Come and pick it out and we can bring it to your house. Have you sleeping real good before the weekend's out. Trim Betty, it's just like a mattress store. Trim Betty, it's just like a mattress store. Hey.
I noticed that you're wearing like the flannel look today, and it's kind of got the red in it. You have an unhealthy infatuation with Freddy Krueger.
Is it unhealthy?
It is unhealthy. I've seen the pictures.
I think my parents thought it was unhealthy for a long time. So.
I've talked to Robert Englund before. You've met him as well.
Yeah, you have. That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember sending you a text
Yeah.
actually saying, "Hey, guess who I'm talking to?"
And I got it late. You were like, give me questions to ask. And I was like, I didn't get it in time.
All right, so if you could ask Robert Englund questions, what would you ask him?
If I could ask, I don't know. I know a lot about him because I've read his autobiography.
Right.
I met him as well. Actually.
Is he your favorite guilty pleasure actor? You know, like, or...
No, not necessarily, but...
All right, we'll come back to that then. But Freddy Krueger though, but you have a Freddy.
A little bit.
A Freddy fetish.
A little bit of an unhealthy obsession. You know, as a kid, I taped toothpicks to my fingers.
That's, now you're seriously...
And butter knives or whatever.
Do this number now?
I
thought,
and my parents were like, what the hell is wrong with him?
Yeah.
So I always wanted, a glove, like not the plastic glove. So I found a forum online that all these glove makers kind of gave tips on making gloves.
There's a community for this.
There is a community. There's a full.
Okay.
It's 2018. Of course, there's a community for this. No, they give away their tips, but they don't give away too much. But I stayed on there long enough to figure it out. And I could have bought a glove for cheaper.
But no, it's like catching in the wild, man.
I
You want to
wanted to build one. You know, you watch him in the first movie, he's building the
Yeah.
glove. I wanted to do that. So
So okay, on your horror movie icon Mount Rushmore, Freddy's on there, right?
sure.
Who else do you got on it?
I mean, what are we talking about? Slashers? Are we talking about?
Oh, I didn't think there was gonna be like 3 levels to this question, John. You got to put Freddy. You put Michael Myers on there.
I love Michael Myers, sure.
Tony Moran, the original Michael Myers,
Yeah.
very nice guy.
Yeah.
Jason.
There were 2 original Michael Myers, actually. I met Tony Moran
Really? Yeah.
and Nick Castle.
Nick Castle.
They both shared
Okay.
the role. Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Voorhees.
I'll tell you my favorite, not my favorite, the movie that I first noticed cinematography in,
Right.
because that's what I do now,
Yeah.
and it really pushed me to want to get better at cinematography was The Ring.
The Ring.
The Ring.
I'll tell you, funny you said that because The Ring gives me nightmares.
Yeah.
There are certain movies or certain things I can't watch, and The Ring is one of them.
Yeah.
Because when the TV goes
Yeah.
to static and the girl is, I can't
When
do
she
it,
crawled
man.
out of the TV, okay, so when we went to see this movie, I had not even heard of it.
Right.
Me and my friends just used to go to the movies every.
Oh, look at here.
We got yellow sub. Guys.
That's me right there, Yellow Submarine. Look at this.
And we got build your own omelet. There you go. Guys.
Perfect.
You guys enjoy.
Thank
Looks
you.
delicious as always.
Y'all need anything?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Enjoy it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. There you go. All right. So
So-
The Ring, right?
So yeah, me and my friends used to just go to the movies every week, and didn't necessarily know what was playing. We'd just pick a movie.
Right.
So we get there, and my friend Derek, who's a big wrestling fan,
Right.
says, "We should watch The Ring," and I'm like, "That's a wrestling movie. I
Right.
don't want to watch that." Like, I just didn't want to, and but we ended up going to see it anyway, and yeah, that was crazy. So when she crawled out of the TV,
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I
Right.
grabbed onto my friend Jason for dear
Right.
life. Like, latched
There was
onto it
dude on
and
dude
snuggled
grabbing.
in.
There was a male cuddle. They're in the ring. You heard it here first. So you talk about cinematography. You talk about you're wanting like directing. If you could direct a movie, what kind of movie would you direct? Would you go Michael Bay and do like the action adventure? Would you do a horror movie? Do you want like a serious documentary, a rom-com? Like what is it for you?
Eventually, I'd love to do a horror movie.
Right.
Eventually, I'd like to do a movie at all. I mean, we've done a couple of short films, but
Right.
I mean, ideally, my favorite movie is Edward Scissorhands. And
Why is that?
why is that?
Was it with you in gloves and fingers?
Right,
and
I
blades,
know.
right?
Unhealthy, unhealthy.
Yeah.
Don't ask about that costume.
Yeah. Oh man, we're gonna find pictures.
I don't know, what is it? The quirkiness, the soundtrack,
Yeah.
I don't want to get too philosophical, but
Yeah.
I kind of felt like
Right.
that untouchable person at one point in my life, and just
Your dad, right?
my dad.
No, you're a dad.
I'm a dad.
You're a
yes, I
dad.
thought you said your dad. I'm like,
Your
why are
dad.
you bringing my dad
What-
into this?
Your dad's Freddy Krueger, and we're gonna tie it all back together now. We're gonna get answers. No, you're a dad now,
I am
right?
a dad.
2 little ones, right?
Yeah, a 4-year-old. He'll be 5 next month, and a 6-month-old.
Wow.
Both boys.
So 2 boys.
2 boys.
And I see a lot of pictures of you and your oldest son, and I have a daughter that's about the same
Right.
age.
Right.
And I'm really trying all I can. I came on the other day and she was watching The Real Ghostbusters on Netflix,
That's awesome.
the cartoon. But I see the pictures of you and your son, and doing the father-son stuff, and including like watching Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters is one of your favorites, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What's it like, kind of sharing some of the stuff that you grew up with now with the little one? Like
I really never thought I would have a kid that would be into the same things I was, especially, a lot of 80s stuff. But I think I've nearly convinced my son that it is the 80s. Like,
Perfect. Raising them right.
he's into a lot of superhero movies, like current ones and stuff, but like he loves Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Short Circuit,
Short Circuit, Johnny
Gremlins.
Five, Gremlins,
Johnny
yeah.
Five, yeah.
Yeah. If you could go, we'll talk Back to the Future. If you were in a DeLorean, you go back in time. What year do you set the DeLorean to? What year?
That's a really good question. I don't know if I have an answer to that.
I'll tell you, 1984 for me.
1984.
Everything good happened in 1984.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, all the way to Beverly Hills Cop. I think it was a RoboCop.
Yeah.
When was Nightmare on Elm Street? Was that 84?
84.
84.
It was. Why do I know that?
Because he knows everything. I got to put these knives up. So what's the future hold for John Doss, Sublime Media, the whole world? Like, where do you see this thing going, man? What do you want to see? Where do you want to see it go?
Where do I want? I want to see it get as big as it can. I'd love to become a full-blown agency, not just we're diving into that right now. We're taking on marketing clients at this point, but up to this point it's been video production and web, and we'd love to see the full gamut of advertising.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, we go back, like I said, we've got a lot of years together, and I think that I was super nervous about even asking you to do this. Because you're you're a cinematographer, man. I mean, this is what you do, and your lighting and your sound, and here we are doing our thing, and I'm trying to, I'm just trying to I just want some content.
Yeah,
I just want
and
stuff
that's
out there, and I want to talk to people that I find fascinating. So I appreciate you doing this, man.
And I said it to you earlier, but I reiterate for you guys, content doesn't matter if it's movie quality. Content is king. So if you want to get the word out there about anything, you just got to put yourself out there.
John Doss, one of my favorites, real good guys in town. How's the omelet? Is it good? I haven't let you had a bite of it yet,
I've had
man.
2 bites.
And it's on point?
And it's delicious.
All right, well, we're going to let you finish that. I got my yellow submarine looking good. To you, my friend, John Doss, lunch with Tony Rose. We're getting back to this. Catch you guys next time. All right.